Hi, and welcome again to another edition of Market Analysis for today, June 18th of 2025. I'm Gio Benacourt, and this is a recording done by Vantage Markets, and we're doing it right about, I say, 50 minutes, I'm sorry, an hour and 15 minutes prior to the U.S. session open. All right. Well, we've seen how, you know, the Iran-Israel war has plunged the stock market back into choppy waters, but investors seem unable to find a lifeboat that can carry them into safety. Now, the conflict has moved into a dangerous new phase after President Trump called for Iran's unconditional surrender, and stocks are feeling some pressure. But we've seen that so far, the uh, the volatility index, the VIX, yesterday jumped to about 20, the level that tends to signal high in volatility. But what we're seeing today in the charts is that we have finally fluctuated above this volume cluster above 22,000. We actually right now at that level. So also we're gonna be having the Fed minutes today. So this could be just a head fake, uh, and perhaps we'll see lower fluctuation later on today, or perhaps not. Well, perhaps we'll see a continuation to the upside. But now, since we have already violated those levels, let's update our levels of resistance to 22,100 in the upper Bollinger Band. And then as far as support goes, well, initially let's just go ahead and use today's swing low, because I still believe that we're gonna be seeing choppiness throughout the day. And let's just use yesterday's close, which is right around 21,723. And let's see if that will be the levels where we'll find support if the market does happen to make a trend lower after this head fake. Then as far as the S&P 500 goes, well, the S&P also fluctuated above our level of resistance, but didn't continue, didn't stay. It's just, again, another head fake. So let's use 6,000 psychological round value and the medium for this. Let's see where the market will take us later on today. So again, choppiness, sideways trading in the effects. So in the Dow, even though we did open a gap up yesterday, it's been closed, and we continued. We opened up another small gap down, bouncing off the medium, 20-day moving average on the 1-year bands. So let's just use 42,800 as a possible level of resistance, and then 43,000 psychological value. As far as support goes, 42,400. That will be a level that we could probably come in. Just let's use psychological values, just round values. So let's see if the market will just stay idling, waiting for the Fed minutes to see what it'll talk about. Then we have crude oil. That it's been really volatile. I mean, we are basically expanding the bands. So that's basically what 3 standard deviations. Let's just use the 72-ish. Today's swing low. And then $70 for that instance. Now, it did open gap up today, so we want to keep that. We're gonna keep $74 since we haven't really fluctuated, and then just use Monday's swing open gap up opening as a possible level of resistance, and because of what's happening in the Middle East, I think this could be as an area where we want to be able to see if the market will continue to move higher. Now, keep that in mind that, and you'll see here this a correlation. So when crude oil drops, you'll see a jump on the Nasdaq and vice versa. So if crude oil does happen to recover and move higher, then we'll see that head fake was in place, and the market will drop the Nasdaq. So keep that in mind. Then we have Nat Gas. Again, Nat Gas making nice move to the upside. We are beginning to walk the upper Bollinger Band. So this is an indication of strong momentum. The other side is not even still far away from entering overbought territory. So keep that in mind. They just go with the momentum, with the trend. So buying Nat Gas. I'm gonna use Monday swing high as a possible level of support. So going long Nat Gas and looking for a bid on crude oil, really going long. So gold, it's entering its second day in range, and this is a setup for a breakout or a breakdown, but things will indicate that if say for example, if the U.S. does enter this war, we'll see a momentum to the upside. Let's just use the upper Bollinger Band for silver, since we have kind of peaked and we're getting ready to make another move higher. That's my speculation. I'm gonna use 36 and a half, 36 and a half, 36 and a half, right there. It does cross yesterday's candle. It touches 1, 2, almost touches 1, 3, 4, 5. So that's a pretty strong level of support. Then $36 just as psychological value. And then we have copper. So we do find that movement to the upside on copper. Continuation of the move to the upside. Our side's far away from entering. So let's just continue staying long the asset. Then we have Bitcoin. So Bitcoin yesterday had a pretty strong move downward. It did penetrate a level of support, but it closed above it, so it didn't break it. But today we're seeing how the 50-day moving average is acting as that dynamic support for it, and it's stuck between the 50 and the 20, or the medium, the Bollinger Bands. So right above that we have a psychological value, round value of 106,000. But let's see if it'll make a move to the upside, or will it just stay there idling, waiting. Then we have the euro that actually opened gap down. Yesterday it did break our first level of support, so we need to obviously update that. Let's use a 20 moving average at the medium. And let's bring down our support to right about 14,600. But then let's use 115 and a half, or 15, the upper Bollinger Band. So looking for a recovery on the euro. Let's see if that will happen. I mean, that if the U.S. does happen to enter the scenario and do what they're planning to do, which is using the B2 to drop that bunker buster bomb, we'll see a decline on the U.S. dollar. So currencies will gain. Let's use 134 psychological. So we are basically bouncing off the lower Bollinger Band. I'm going to use 135 as psychological value as a resistance, and then use this level. Crosses most of the candles. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 candles to the left, looking for a momentum to the upside. And then we have here dollar index So after yesterday, nice move to the upside, rally to the upside, it's looking to give way for of that movement. So I'm going to use the lower Bollinger Band and see if how much of it will drop. Again, if the U.S. does confirm, if we do come out from the wire coming out that the U.S. is has entered this war between Iran and Israel, we'll see a big jump on crude oil, on gold, and dollar index most likely will tank. That's it for me today. Have a great trading day. I'll see you tomorrow.